Our season can end today. A loss and we have no guaranteed path to the playoffs. Our season has been a mix of unfortunate luck and poor preparation, and the room for error is zero from here on out. It's whatever stands in our way this week in the BBR, with the team that has given a lot of people trouble this season. Palafin and Terra Necrozma are both amazing threats in Scarlet and Violet Draft League, having given us trouble many times in the past. Let's see if we can save our season this week in front of the live studio audience at Vancouver Regionals. When we look at Ant's team, we see a pretty big weakness to dragon types, both offensively and defensively. Grimmsnarl is his only dragon immunity, which is no problem for our Chaladon, able to 2-hit KO it with a flash cannon. Defensively, Dragon has been its Terra type of choice for his opponents all season, walling both Palafin and Ogerpon Hearthflame unless they pack the coverage for this specific Terra type. Regardless, it requires an aggressive attack, as Palafin and Ogerpon Hearthflame both take a massive damage from Hurricane, not an attack they can risk taking to land an Ice Punch or a Play Rough. My main concern while building is Terra Necrozma, a Pokemon that Jason destroyed us with in the BBL, and a Pokemon that I have historically struggled to play against over the years. Between the various Z movesets in Ultra Sun and Moon and Terra sets in Scarlet and Violet, there have been so many options that it can have to just beat your team. There are a few Terra types that we need to consider here, each having their own differing use cases depending on the setup move of choice. Despite how good of a lead Samurott Hisui is, this is the first time we are actually leading it in a battle this season. While Glimmora is likely to get up Toxic Spikes with Toxic Debris, we are running Protective Pads to prioritize preventing static from a potential defensive Belly Bolt. Our flex slot this week is Aqua Jet, giving us priority for Necrozma sets that aren't Terra Water, allowing us to finish off most sets after a pre-planned counterplay. Samurott's only goal, as most weeks, is to get up as many hazards as possible, really limiting the effectiveness of Ant's defensive pieces like Ting Lu, and limiting the amount of times Palafin can click Wave Crash. It is hard to know if Belly Bolt is coming to this game, but the free turn for Crocodile to get up Stealth Rocks is too important for us not to prep for, so it finds itself back on the team. Terra Electric Necrozma is also a very likely set this week, especially on a Calm Mind Sweeper due to its ability to wall tornadus-therian. This gives us another way to check that Pokemon, even if we need to keep weakness policy in mind. Otherwise, our goal is to click Earthquake and knock off as many times as possible, removing items and dealing big damage to Ant's team. Stone Edge finishes off the set, giving us a move to hit the opposing Noivern. Tornadus-therian is Terra Dragon this week, unsurprisingly due to its strength defensively against his best offensive threats. This set does open us up to being checked by Noivern, however, a Pokemon he is likely to bring as a result of all of the Dragon Terra captains he has seen all season. Despite this, Nasty Plot is still going to be your best set to pressure his team offensively. Hurricane and Focus Blast are able to cover Ant's entire team, rounding out our set with Terra Blast having a consistent move to kill various Pokemon at +2 after hazards damage. Screamtail continues to show the value of Encore and Scarlet and Violet Draft League this week, joining the team as our primary way to answer Necrozma, specifically Calm Mind setup sets. Encore is a bit more risky into a Dragon Dance set, but we have Roar on a later set to complete our game plan against all of those setup opportunities. Heavy Duty Boots continues to be an important item on this build due to the threat of Toxic Spikes from Glimmora, almost a certainty to get up in this battle. Damage-wise, we are running Dazzling Gleam to help pressure Noivern, and Flamethrower to check Abomasnow if Ant decides to bring it. Finally, Wish allows us to use this set as a setup deterrent for as long as possible, while also giving us an opportunity to heal other critical Pokemon, like our Chaladon. While it may be a risk of this build, our Chaladon has a wide variety of roles to perform in this week's battle. Citrus Berry and Stamina allow us to take 2+1 Earthquakes from non-Terra Ground Necrozma, killing it in return with Dragon Pulse and Draco Meteor. It can also Roar it out if need be, depending on the situation, and Roar also allows us to remove Encore Pokemon from the field, specifically that Necrozma. To be effective offensively, we only need stabs this week, with Draco Meteor to maximize damage, and Flash Cannon to break Grimmsnarl and its only Dragon immunity. Last but not least, Serperior finds its way off the bench to provide us with counterplay to the problematic Palafin. It may seem like a difficult Pokemon to bring into a team with Ogerpon Hearthflame, but with Stealth Rocks up, Ogerpon is only able to switch into Leaf Storm once before being vulnerable to +2 Dragon Pulse. This set also allows us to have decent answer into a potential Terra Water Necrozma, boosting past Calm Mind with Leaf Storm, and having Glare and Leech Seed to slow down any chance Necrozma has of getting to the endgame. And that is our build for week 5 of the BBR must win to keep our goal of making the playoffs. Let me know what you would have done differently in the comments down below. Let's get into the battle. All right, we're starting. We have another classic battle from a regional. We only got 3 people. We got Owen, Kurt, and Dal in the background. I've already picked my team. Don't worry about me. We're leading Samurai here, so we had protective pads to not get paralyzed by Belly Bolt and create a free turn for rocks. With the Crocodile, that has not come, so we're going to lead it anyway. There are a few leads that like could create awkward turns. They include like Choice Specs Noivern lead. Ant could stand with Choice Band Palafin and attack with close combat. That's another possibility. But a lot of our bad turns, we can go straight into Screamtail. Now this lead, this was kind of the best case scenario we were thinking of here, in that we can go for Ceaseless. Usually deal under 50. None of that particularly matters, but we get a free hazard up and we're pretty much boots on everything and can go our Chaladon if we want to block a spin. But we're going to be faster than all of the Modest sets. So the first plan is just a Ceaseless off rip and just to see where this goes. And we are faster, which means if he doesn't spin here, we can guarantee our hazards up for the rest of the game. Now Toxic Debris is a problem, but the whole goal of this Pokemon is to get up hazard, and it's the only Pokemon that can get poison. So Energy Ball, we'll take that. Alright, that's Modest. I said it wasn't going to be. Energy Ball. That's actually a 50-50 roll, which is super generational. We could have had an opportunity to kill this Pokemon. So now that we know this set, we know that we can outspeed, we know that there's nothing that prevents this Earthquake from coming out here, because we know it's Modest, so we outspeed all Modest sets here. So we can go into Crocodile and kind of decide what we want to do from here. So Knockoff's always killing here. So we're gonna click Knockoff, prevents random aggressive turns going for, like, if he just like wants to switch into this Earthquake for some reason. So let's get a Knockoff here. Let's get rid of this Pokemon. I don't think we're gonna get any cheers for Pokemon dying today, because I think most of the people in the back are gonna be cheering for Antonio to win this one. But good kill for Crook there off the start. It was a Focus Sash lead. So Focus Sash Modest. We do lose our Samurott on a 50-50. But we gotta get a good trade here. Now this is good. So we get early spikes damage on here that we probably wouldn't have either way. Now the only dicey thing with this turn is we haven't terra'd our Torn yet. So this Ivy Cudgel is going to do probably a lot. This Ivy Cudgel is doing 50, or not, like up to 82. I think we're going to have to go Torn here. I think Torn's our best option initially here. We obviously take 1,000,000 from this, but we're able to threaten it out with a Hurricane and then go into something else here. We're probably the problem is, okay, we get knocked here. That's going to be a little frustrating. What's kind of nice about this is because we did force him into the second spike. That's actually a little bit better for us, like, long term, if we just kind of play the game of threatening, like taking like minimal turns with this Pokemon over the long game. I mean, his... Alright, the Peanut Gallery is enjoying themselves a little bit too much. Alright, we're just going to go for Hurricane here. Hurricane is obviously going to kill this. It's got it kills 70% of the time here. And worst case, like, he switches out. Yeah, so like this, what this chip kind of enables is we haven't gotten our rocks up yet. But now this Pokemon is going to have a difficulty even walling Serperior, which is going to be kind of nice for us. Serperior has a really positive matchup here. And then this will give us information on Grimmsnarl, of course. I don't entirely know what I was expecting to happen that time, besides just straight up fucking missing, but like, I guess that's kind of where we're at. So the way that I see this sequence likely going now is we brought in Grimmsnarl to take a hit here. We're going to probably want to threaten Thunder Wave, or we're going to want to set up screens. So we're Terra Electric on the Necrozma, and that was one of the predicted ones. So our game plan, we are Citrus Berry here, so this guaranteed against Earthquake from non-ground Terra, because if it was ground Terra, then we could kind of play around in other ways. We're likely going to see a screen or something here, and Spirit Break is perfectly fine. We're not worried too much about that. That's going to do a little bit of damage, and we are going to lose our special attack. But we do have a Citrus Berry, and we're able to actually put more pressure on the HP of the Necrozma, given that it is electric with our Crocodile. And even if it's Dragon Dance and tries to set up, we can definitely live one after we eat our Citrus Berry, roar it out, and kind of play around it properly. We really need to just get some damage on this Pokemon, though. This is the one Pokemon that's like the most difficult for this Pokemon for this team to kind of chip, which is why that Hurricane miss is a little bit problematic. So let's just go for the Flash Cannon. We see a parting shot, so we're gonna take like pretty much, we're gonna kind of end up with like not a lot of damage dealt here. And I think this is gonna be Ant's time to get into Palafin, most likely here. This is a pretty free Palafin. So this Hurricane against Calm was doing like 35 to 41, it looks like, which is, all right, so he's just gonna go into this for free. This is pretty good for me. I think this is actually just enough chip raw now that like I can Leaf Storm into Dragon Pulse against this guy. That did, yeah, nice damage, buddy. You're terrible. So I mean, all right. So like our play here is still our play still is to always go Torn here. Now play rough is like pretty televised here. Is there a reason for us to just? We're not doing any damage if we stay into like Predict against that, right? Like, is that even beneficial for us? If we lose that, like, where are we going long term in this battle? I think we still have to play to our game plan, right? This is toxic, not poison, which means our calc means that we should live this. There's no other entry hazard. We'll be able to switch in and out. Now we lose this the next time, but we'll have to see if he wants to make an aggressive play rough here. There's a good opportunity he might want to, but he could have fighting move. All right, just knock off. Kind of, yeah, I mean, that, I wouldn't say if that televises anything, because, like, I think, for, like, in my head, play ref is, like, kind of free there. But, like, we're going to hit her, we're going to click Hurricane here. Yeah. This Hurricane, we really need to start getting chip on this Grimmsnarl, right? Like, if we don't get chip on this Grimmsnarl, we're at least, especially the second time, like going through the sequence again with no chip on Grimmsnarl is going to be super problematic for this game long term. There's not a lot we can do. What I will say, I will say, Ant still has not got his Palafin form up. So like, despite maybe the game not going as well as maybe we would have liked because of these misses. All right, in comes into Crossroad. This is. This is. Oh my god.
I can't wait to make the same thumbnail again.
This Pokemon fucking sucks. All right, so there's a lot. There's a lot of different ways that this turn can go here. So our Chowdon is able to kind of manage some of these. The question is there's 3 setup sets that he could use to take advantage of this, or he could be an offensive set. Offensive sets just dealt with by Screamtail. Dragon Dance can be a little bit frustrating. We still have Encore to lock into a favorable click for another switch, or he goes like Nasty, Calm Mind or something. Then we can Encore and then go Roar after. So we'll start with Screamtail because we don't know anything about this Pokemon besides that it has fucking Bright Powder on it, I guess. And it took Boots damage, or it took Spikes damage. So let's just prevent any setup here. Brick Break. Well, I guess accidentally a good click on that turn. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I retract everything I said. I meant to switch it on Brick Break on that turn. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, that was actually I'm good with it. I'm goated with it. I'm just goated with it. Brick Break is. I guess you're preparing against screens. I feel like Earthquake would have just been strictly better, but. Yeah, I don't. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I don't see that vision there. I'm gonna be honest with you. I could Encore or I could Wish. Now Wish is helpful for like some sequences after the fact. Like he could go right here. I mean, he's not doing anything that's really threatening me. This could be like the second time I get punished for wishing and not encoring, and he's gonna switch out. Okay, Endeavor. So he's kind of going through the sequence to get this thing in as much as possible. So now this is like just guaranteed, like just now in range of +2. This honestly might even be. This honestly is in range of just like. Maybe Dragon Pulse Raw from Serperior. So this Wishes here is pretty nice. Play Rough is killing. This is a pretty free click for Ant in theory. What I could do that is go our Chaldon. I'd have to burn the Citrus Berry to do this. But now that we know the set, I think I'm okay with actually burning the Citrus Berry. It's electric with some like fucking brick break stuff. It doesn't appear to be too threatening. So I can't really risk the play rough here. I don't think that's gonna help me long term if I do that. So I'm just gonna go our Chaldon, I think, because if I miss it, not that I mean, obviously playing around missing Hurricane is whatever. But like if I lose that Pokemon on this turn, then the game becomes so much more difficult. Okay, so this is just gonna be some like super soft set.
I don't think you were before, brother.
So we're just not like, this set is just not gonna make progress basically at all this game. The one that, like if I'm Ant, my biggest my biggest problem here in this game is how am I ever getting my Palafin form off? Like he is not, I don't know if he's just not like, I don't want to say not prepped the way to do it, but like I'm confused as when he's going to find that opportunity. I think he has to switch out here into, like he can't risk the Draco Meteor. So I'm going to Flash Scan in here on the Grimmsnarl. All right, he's just going to knock off. That's fine then. I mean, taking a Draco and just losing this Pokemon, given how integral it seemed to be a part of his game plan, I don't really see. But like we're still getting like decent chip anyway, right? Like this is still like once again, like once again, like what Serperior comes in and starts like doing actually a lot at a certain point, and like any chip is like positive towards that progress. Like now at this point you can't like, I mean realistically I'm not changing my play. I don't really have a reason to. Like I'm not taking a lot from this. Like look, I'm still over half. I'm still able to like get a lot of defense boost. And if he wants to sack this Pokemon, like at the end of the day, like that's, I don't see the vision of that play necessarily, unless like his whole goal is just to chip this for Necrozma endgame. At this point, do I deviate here? I guess the question is, do I deviate here? Because like if I synthesis, I'm just gonna Draco. If he gets me here, he gets me. All right, he synths up. Okay. All right, that would have been a raw play if he did that. But we get a Draco off. That's good. That's good.
Oh god, nice damage, buddy.
This is gonna force a synth turn, and this does get my Pokemon back in. So I'm pretty confident now that this is not Cudgel, or this is not Play Rough now at this point. So that means we can just kind of do this. And like we wasted a lot of like our utility on this Pokemon, but we gained a lot of information. And now we better get a freaking Hurricane hit out here off something. Like if we don't get a Hurricane damage, then I'm gonna be tilted. Because like this Grimmsnarl should have been under massive pressure way earlier in this game. And like we missed out on what, like at least like 60 to 70% worth of damage. Like we could have had like 70% done to his team. All right, this is an Necrozma.
Yeah!
This fucker finally hit. Yeah.
30% is crazy.
All right.
Hey, there's gotta be 40.
All right, we're gonna go right back into Screamtail here because Screamtail, it's got Brick Break, which makes me think that if it's electric, there's like a good chance that it has some sort of physical it's some sort of physical set designed to break past the Crocodile, which honestly makes me think weakness policy is like a potential likelihood. Good morning, sun. Okay.
Yeah, I'm so smart. You said you're wrong.
I could Encore, but he's shown that he doesn't have anything to hit this. So I want to wish, and I want to get back into our Chaldon here to get this thing back up to full. We'll see what he wants to click here. Unlikely that it's threatening here. The problem is with this set, right? Is like I can just Encore you into either D-Dance and then roar you out, which is fine, or you lock into a move that I have counterplay to. So I'm just gonna click Encore here. There we go, perfectly fine. So now at this point now we have 2 turns. We go harder channel and just roar this out. So he's gonna switch out here. That's good for me. All Might. He finally gets a Palafin turn in here. There we go. The only problem here is I gotta calc baby form Palafin with Choice Band. So this was, I don't know if this is...
Transactions in SBL.
Yeah, that's a certain I also don't want to accidentally send it to a chat that I can see.
So a little bit of a dicey thing here is Choice Band Palafin baby form can kill this. So the baby form can kill with Choice Band. I mean, do I have to play around that? I think I will play around that. I think we saw the item. We saw that it's not boots, and I think there's like no drawback to playing around it. There's like a high chance he's just gonna switch out. Okay, I could have gotten some Grimmsnarl HP here. He's gonna go back into this. He's like so eager to sack this Pokemon, which is like kind of peculiar to me. I'm not like 100% sure why, but that, interesting. That gives me some information. That gives me some information about this set, in that he either isn't fast Choice Band. He might not be he's probably not Choice Banded then. He's probably a setup set. Knockoff, alright. So we're Brick Break, Morning Sun, Dragon Dance. Well, I'm just gonna Hurricane, right? Like, I'm not gonna deviate my plan. He's probably gonna go back into the crossbow, right? Yeah. Let's go. Right, that's a crit. That's pretty good. And a confusion. Alright. This crit changes this turn now by a pretty big margin. That's a fucking massive turn. Well, I think we can... That crit is massive. I mean, it doesn't change. I think I can Terra Blast here. Yeah, I'm gonna Terra Blast on him. Okay. Well, I had the Terra Blast anyway because it's Electric Terra, so like there is that. So.
If you were him, you would click Hurricane.
Yeah. I mean, Terra Blast should kill here, right? Like every time. Like this thing obviously wanted the speed.
I would have nasty clawed honestly. He's it himself. Yeah.
And this should kill, and this should be a big KO. Yeah, game changing. Yeah. All right. All right. That changes a lot about this game. That crit. Look, that crit. Let's not muddy the waters. That crit is really big for me. But like, look, they say Hacks bounces out at the end of the season. Yeah. Look, Hacks bounces out at the end of the season. I know I entered L5, and I know what's happened to me. So I think God's looking out for the season right now. Grimmsnarl. Okay. So this Grimmsnarl is boots. Does our Challenge actually matter now this game? There's actually nothing that our Challenge has. Our Challenge kind of has nothing to offer me this game now that the cross was down, and like, I think I'll just go our Challenge here. We'll take the Spirit Break. What is this? 224. So we'll live this guaranteed after. We guarantee live this now. So I think we're just gonna go Flash Cannon. Good chance that he just goes into thing here. Oh, Thunder Wave. This doesn't matter to me, honestly. I like chip on this is positive. All right. Like any sort of chip. Oh, that's pretty good for me. That's way more than I thought I was gonna do. This guy sucks. I did not think he was. What is this set? Is
a public service announcement to anybody telling me he's a viable fairy to draft.
Bro, dude, I'm not gonna lie.
Disgusting.
I gave Grimmsnarl too much credit that it was gonna be calm this week. That guy got his ass beat. The calm calc it. Oh wait, the calm calc at -1 is like, yeah, 40. Dude, this guy is terrible. I'm Flash Cannon again. Whatever. Parting shot. Go into your Ogre Palm. We now know that Hurricane is an unbelievably free click into this team. I'm glad we're already at the phase of the Goons battle where we're.
If we were a different set.
Where we're If we were a different set, that lost to the potential set that just across us, we might actually smoke this battle.
Dude, you critted across. Yeah.
I don't need it. All right. So at this point, like, I mean, the full pair would be funny, but it actually doesn't matter because he's gonna have to synth this turn, and we can go straight into our. Ooh, Torn is kind of rough. Is there a plan?
Is there ever a plan?
Yeah, there's always a plan. I think we go Torn because if he synths, we have a free Hurricane turn. If he attacks, and we just double out into Arch and sack it. So I think this covers all the possible problems. He's gonna double out. So this is probably Palafin turn, if I had to guess. So this works out in that we get free regen recovery because we just go right back into our Chalon and sack it. That was the game plan. But that was the plan with that Pokemon anyway. In that spot was just to sack it off, and we got more value than we would have ever thought. Yeah, we probably shouldn't be talking about that in the call.
You saw 3 moves.
Yeah, but your whole come on, man.
I said you can't be dual screens.
Yeah, but then you're inadvertently reminding me about the possibility of the other one. So, all right, parting shot comes out. Once again, we don't care what he goes into here. So in comes Palafin, hurt by spikes. We do have Roar. So like obviously clicking a Roar in this spot and getting Parad is hilarious. Luckily for me, I can go Serperior after and be fine with that result. So I'm gonna Roar as he bulks up. That is. There we go. All right. Early roar. All right, big roar here. The Noivern. All right, the one thing that we haven't really talked about at all this battle, which still kind of hangs in the balance, is roar. Or the Noivern still hasn't come in, which we don't really know. We don't know a lot about that. One thing to note.
There's a Noivern.
Yeah.
I forgot he came.
What? Keegan's not spending near enough time looking at his opponent's game during this battle.
I'm trying to think. Do I just like Draco to keep this low? We're gonna just keep going Torn. Like we don't need to change up this game plan at all. Like Hurricane is still a super good click. All right, Ivy Cudgel. Okay, we take that very, very well. This can't be endgame, and this kind of never really had an opportunity to once Noivern came. So we're always just gonna click Hurricane here. I mean, we could have clicked Terra Dragon now that I think about it, but I'd like to pick up the Grimmsnarl if I can. This probably was a bit too quick of a click. But if he goes Grimmsnarl, I want to take it with me. Oh wow! If I click Terra Blast, there we go. I was thinking I should have.
This guy's also terrible.
All right, this. Wow, if I Terra Blast Dragon there, that would have been raw. But I obviously, I should have thought about the calc.
That was the part of the battle where Keegan says, if I clicked the move that was better.
Yeah. So one thing that's important to know, we didn't see a Frisk there, so we know that this is Infiltrator. So our plan to run sub was we ended up not running sub in the end, but that's good for us. So now our plan here is just to go hard Screamtail. Screamtail is like out of use case outside of this Pokemon now the rest of this battle. So we can go to that Pokemon pretty easily here. And now Terra Blast Dragon is pretty free against most of these Pokemon. Air Slash. 70 damage. Alright, we get the last information on this team. This isn't even timid. This isn't even max special attack. This isn't even max special attack. So let's just Dazzling Gleam and attack. He's gonna taunt. Okay, perfect. So we pick up the Noivern here most likely. Cool. There we go. Another Pokemon down. Now the taunt has come out. Which means in theory he can go Palafin here. If he wants to and start bulking up. I think if he does that, I go hard Serperior. I gotta look at how much HP. I gotta look at how much he's taken. Like, is Rindoberry something I have to play around? But I don't think I have to, because I can lock it into another move with Encore, and I can just go into Torn after and Terra Blast Dragon. All right, so he's just not going to go Palafin here, and he's just going to go into this. So this has to be a synth turn, right? Like we We have no other play here on this turn than to synth unless we just want to lose this Pokemon. And Serperior like wins the game from here if we ever go into it. So I'm just going to go into this. So I think we've done enough to win this game. We'll have to see where this goes from here though, but I think we've done enough. Trailblaze. Okay, this doesn't matter as last move. This might mean like we have a chance to lose this Pokemon to a crit, but like I'm gonna Terra Blast because one, I can't miss, and if he goes Grimmsnarl, like it's a fucking Grimmsnarl, man. I'm not at this point. I'm not pressed about Grimmsnarl. I don't think. There we go. We live.
I think you live crit.
Yeah, good.
Well, my thinking there was live crit plus poison. So like I keep this around, which is like fine. If Palafin comes in on this turn, I can attack in its face while it bulks up to bring it low, and then that guarantees mostly the end games with Serperior that I'm looking for. Because if it's Rindoberry, we do 99 to 117 without the Rindoberry against no investment. Against max HP, that's going to do a little bit less, obviously. But like it's pretty close. And he's just going to go this anyway. So we're just going to go Arch. No reason to change the game plan up. We want to keep this thing high HP to live a Jet Punch if we have to. And once again, we tried to sack this Archaludon like 5 times. It's gotten way more value than it ever needed to in this game. It's going to Thunder Wave, okay. Flash Cannon, obviously, is just our only click on this spot. We're probably losing this Pokemon, actually. If I had to guess, like this should just die, which is fine. Oh, I don't, I'm him. Yeah. I thought that was a count to live. So let's Flash Cannon and take this Pokemon away. Cool, alright. And now, last Pokemon is Palafin. Now, Palafin is a bulk up set, and to like kill this with Jet Punch, to kill my Serperior with Jet Punch, we need to be at Palafin at +6 is a roll to even kill with Jet Punch. So I think like, is there any reason to change up what I'm doing and go to Scream Tail to Encore lock this in? Or do I just sack this Pokemon? I can do 58 to 69. He can't ever set up like 1,000,000 on me, so like I think the game, like the end game is always pretty safe here. If I just click, I mean Draco Meteors are kill, right? Like, do I ever play for a differential point to do that? That would be fucking stupid, right? I'll just Dragon Pulse. I think he's gonna probably kill. Alright, so he's gonna bulk up, that's fine. We can go hard Scream Tail here on this next turn and lock it into a favorable turn. Either he bulks up again. That's pretty spit out. So we know we just go Scream Tail here. We either lock it into bulk up, go hard Serperior and just kill, or he clicks an attack move, we Encore, sack our Challenge, and then go Serperior. So I think either way, going Scream Tail here guarantees the game on an Encore.
Kill me!
Drain Punch, okay. Well, that's kind of perfect actually. So we'll Encore you into Drain Punch, sack our Challenge, and go Serperior and get a kill with Serperior to end off this battle. So yeah, good game against Antonio. This was a little bit of a stressful one at times, so he's going to lock in a Jet Punch. I mean, I guess, yeah, same shit, honestly. It doesn't really change the game that much. Or it doesn't change the game at all, really. Alright, so goodbye our Challenge, and then Serperior has to lock in and hit.
But it would have been funny. I would have been like, what do you say about me for? No. Yes.
So goodbye our Challenge. You did way more than I think you were intending on doing this game. And now God Serperior comes out to end off this battle against Antonio, putting us back into the win column. I think we'd have to miss like this all 8 times to lose this game. Realistically, yeah, like we're not taking a lot from that. All right. All right. Hey, it starts. The Encore hasn't ended though, so that did what, like 100 and that did 100.
101.
Just did all. It did
No, it
not.
didn't.
It did not do 101. So we live this always, yeah. We live the next one as well here. There we go. And there we go. All right. Hey, look. We miss way too many moves that battle for comfort, but we go to 2 and 3 on the season in the BBR. Great performance by a lot of the Pokemon on this team. And 4-0, a 4-0 win. Honestly, like I feel like out of all my wins, I sacked like infinite Pokemon. This is a pretty good win for the differential as well. So thanks everyone for watching. Thank you to the Goons. Less supportive than they usually are in a battle, but I'm sure, you know, look, I'm sure they're happy I beat Ant nonetheless. So, good game to Antonio. We play A12 next week, I think. I'm pretty sure his like triple grass, triple water, triple poison team. So, yeah, he has jump bluff, H-Clat special, but
So lucky he doesn't have a digger.
You should be fucked.
yeah, dude, what is my team doing against Diggers? Dude?
What does any team do against Diggers?
That's true. All right, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see y'all next time, and peace out.